Hi, welcome to the podcast.
Uh,
I fucking hate The Simpsons.
Okay.
Um, so I, I'm I'm Bart. With
I'm
with me, I have I can't. I feel like I'm about to cry, dude. I
That's
can't even
not his
do
job. He's the
here.
depressed one.
I'll take over.
I
I'll
can't
take
even I
over.
can't even do this bit. Please talk.
Thomas-
I'm Bart. I'm Bart. I feel like I'm about to cry, Jake.
I'll take over. Hello guys. I'm
Go.
Trollface. This is the E3 campfire. I'm here with Avery.
Fuck you,
I'm
bitch.
here with ENTA.
That's not my name anymore. but-
ASF get monkey.
It was at one point.
Yeah, it was, but go on.
We have
And
Wayne
my
Ward,
cat.
Woo!
and we also have Thomas, who's very upset, which we'll get to in a minute.
That's his full name.
So we have a bit of a threat.
I feel like
I
we should have
guess-
waited for this.
We got a threat in the United States
It's
of America.
okay.
I feel like we should have waited for this because I want to talk about other stuff with E3.
Well, do you want to go with E3 first and then The Simpsons?
No, I want to get. I don't
The
know.
hot topic is
I want to get it out of my
with the-
It's
system.
already a messy podcast.
I want to
Talk
get. I
about
want to
it.
get it out
Oh
of my
my God.
system.
Screw
Okay.
about it.
Get it out of
Do-
your system.
Do The Simpsons because that's fresh on your mind.
This was literally 10 minutes ago.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
go.
explain what happened.
Alright, because I don't know anything.
So, the Simpsons, the writers, and the fucking one guy from Clueless Gamer, the one guy who mistaken fucking
I
Abraham
thought you
Lincoln
said
as the
coolest
second
gamer.
from Conan O'Brien's show. The one guy thought that Ben Franklin was the president.
Well, let's preface this by saying that before, like when E3 schedule came out, it was announced that there would be a whole conference just dedicated to The Simpsons.
And it was okay, yeah, and it was an hour long, and it was an hour long, and people were speculating that it's the cult classic game Simpsons Hit and Run, which is one of my favorite games of all time, up
Mhm.
there with Battle for Bikini Bottom,
Yeah.
for me, is gonna
Huh.
probably get a remake or a sequel or something related to it, maybe even a new game of just in general, which I'd be fine with any of those. And
Yeah.
Or Road Rage.
So
Simpsons
yeah,
Road
Road
Rage.
Rage would be fine. I don't know. So I was at work when this whole panel happened, um, and I was so excited, for this. I was probably more excited than this than the Nintendo E3, to be
Mm.
honest. And because of how impressed I was with THQ with how they did their E3 this year
Yeah.
Had a
with
bit of
Battle for
hope.
Bikini Bottom Destroy All Humans. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this could be really interesting. So
hmm
I went into it and it's an hour long, so I was like, okay, so maybe they're gonna announce multiple games. So I didn't watch the first 10 minutes of it, but I was told that they were talking about Game Boy games.
Well, here's what happened. They started out by saying, in 1989, two things happened. The Simpsons came out and the Game Boy came out, which kind of made it seem like one of the Game Boy games got remastered or something. And then they did this thing where they were like, here's a highlight reel of all the Simpsons video games, but only people in that room could watch it. So for the people watching at home on the
I didn't
stream,
even know
they
that.
just cut it out.
Why would they do that?
What? You
Why,
didn't have
like,
to.
what kind of like decision is that?
They just they cut off the stream and put on like a "We'll be right back" screenshot for like honestly almost
What are
10
they
minutes.
trying to win the Guinness World Record book for the largest asshole of this entire
Stupidest
year?
Largest asshole.
What is asshole?
The thing is that would have been the most interesting part of the whole
That
thing.
really would have. What the fuck?
Yeah, and we didn't even get to see
We
it.
didn't get this. Okay, so
Yeah.
so
It
I-
was just the Conan guy
so
at first.
I guess I started watching, like I guess after that, and then they and I was like, I was watching in like my work, like back room, even though I was supposed to be doing shit. Um, and I did it at like the same time. Basically, I was moving boxes while looking at the phone while I had my earphones in, and people thought I was probably like insane. Um, so I was just sitting there, and after a while, I just, I was like, okay, so there's nothing to be interesting visual wise, so I'm just gonna put my phone in my pocket. So basically, it was like listening to a Simpsons podcast where the writers are literally 60 years old, so they're not funny anymore.
And they're totally
Um,
boring.
so it was like listening to like the most boring podcast ever. So basically, worse than Mouth Pillowfight, just a little bit. Um, so I I started like I started like towards like what 9:40. I started to like get a little bit. Mm, I don't know. And then I was like, okay, they're probably gonna save it for the end. And then I got home, I went on my computer and I watched the rest of it, which was like from 9:50 on. And what they announced, well, first of all, they were talking about Simpsons, their app, Simpsons tapped out for a little while before that. But
Isn't
then
that shit old?
that shit is like 10 years old. So
Lovely.
That's the only Simpsons game that has been released all decade.
so
Oh gosh.
so they basically, I'm not even like over exaggerating. I'm not even like like no 100% legit. They announced, drum roll please. They announced a Simpsons Battle Royale tapped out.
Hands up. Applause, applause.
And
Thomas, my
and
jaw
I'm not
dropped.
even kidding.
Amazing.
When they
amazing.
said that, and then 2 seconds later they said, "All right, that's all the time we have." I legit like I collapsed. I'm not even kidding. I literally
Not
just
a trailer, by the way, just a picture. Of
Yeah,
the-
it was
I-
a solid, just like a JPEG of Simpsons tapped
Ah.
out Royale, and then they kept talking about, oh, the finger looks like Homer's penis. And they're like
They
giggling
said
about it. Yeah, they were
that.
like,
They
they said
did.
that and they giggled about it for like 2
Fucking
minutes.
murder
And like,
for
all right,
saying that.
stream's over. See you guys.
and
God.
then I like fell in my
Oh,
seat.
I didn't even know that part. No.
I like fell in place. And
Good
just
God.
like was on the floor.
Yeah, so Banjo-Kazooie is cool and all, but guys,
Simpsons.
Simpsons Battle Royale.
Guys.
The sequel to the Breath of the Wild is like looking amazing, but I mean,
There's probably one tapped out fan
Damn.
right now going, "Fuck!"
Alright, so
Okay,
he's like,
let's
bad, like,
actually
losing it.
go into chronological order for E3.
Wait,
Alright, so-
wait.
Wait,
I have
Yes.
one more thing to say about this, just to get out of my system, because
Victor,
I'm
back.
never gonna talk about this again.
Uh-huh.
If The Simpsons tomorrow said,
Mhm.
guys, Mac Range has passed away. We're really sorry, everybody, but our beloved creator, Mac Groening, has passed away in a fiery car wreck.
Oh
I
my
don't feel any pity. What are you
Fire.
playing here?
I would just
His
look at the
plane
news.
fell into the twin
I
towers.
would look at the news and I'd be like, you know what? Like, as much as
I
he
don't
as
feel
much
bad.
as much as he did good for the
This one was
for the
unforgivable.
thing,
the
he
entertainment industry and
sent
animation as a
his
whole.
goons to E3 to fucking mess with everybody. And honestly,
Basically do a prank.
in my book,
entertainment of
he is no
everyone.
worse than Joseph Stalin. So you know what?
Holy
If
shit.
Matt Groening actually died tomorrow, everybody in the chat,
Yeah.
everybody in the server would be like, Matt Groening dead. Well, Thomas would just keep on sending the one image of the Simpsons Battle Royale.
It'll
which-
just be like all.
That'll be his only statement on the matter.
If he actually does die tomorrow, this won't be uploaded till the day he dies. Like a fucking asshole.
I
What if he watches this and he's just like,
if
and he
Matt,
fucking gets in a
if
car
Ma-
accident
if
and he
Matt
dies?
Groening- if I'm just saying, if Matt Groening died in a fiery car wreck, all I'm gonna say is, you know, he was a great creator. He made a lot, but
There's gonna be a mosquito on my arm too, but
He had it coming.
have you seen
No.
Have you ever heard of Simpsons Tap Tap Royale? Because I have. I spent an hour learning about it.
And I spent an
Unforgivable
hour
sin.
waiting
That's
to
all I'm
learn
gonna say.
about
I'm
it.
not gonna say I'll be mad. I would be happy that he died. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
It wouldn't be the
Maybe
They didn't even
best.
describe anything about it. They just showed it. They waited an
maybe
hour
take control
to
of
show
your
it off.
show, bud. Maybe take a little bit more control of your fucking show. And oh my God, wait a minute. No. Let me redo that
You're gonna be the
scenario.
ultimate power move.
No, let me redo that scenario. If the president of EA died tomorrow
Oh my god.
in a plane crash,
People are gonna come to your house and arrest you because they're gonna think this is like a death threat.
Matt Groening,
I mean, it's technically not, but
come to my house.
Still fucking creepy
I'll-
to tell
Yeah,
you
come to
predict the
my
death of
Come to my
of a
house.
fucking-
Do you know what'd be the ultimate power move?
yeah.
If tomorrow Seth MacFarlane says, "Okay, guys, a remake of Family Guy Back to the Multiverse."
Oh, what if he did?
That'd be like the biggest power move of the
The
planet.
Family Guy video game.
I'd be like, Seth MacFarlane, you're my favorite.
Family Guy: The Quest for Stuff 2.
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. Are you my good friend Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
So what was first?
let's go in
Wait.
chronological order. I guess we'll start.
Okay.
All right, so
THQ.
for the E3 schedule, it started off with EA Play, but do you really want to talk about that?
I don't think any
No,
of us.
Yeah,
nobody.
I guess everyone
nobody
just
watched
ignore
that.
what I
I didn't
said.
watch it.
All right,
Nobody
so then on
played.
Sunday it
I guess
started
everyone
with
just ignore what I
Microsoft and
said.
Bethesda.
I guess everyone
So-
just ignored what I said.
What'd you say?
I said THQ was first.
All right.
Nobody
Fucking
cares about
fuck
THQ.
THQ. We
TH
love Battle for Bikini
I like
Bottom. we all know
THQ.
THQ
Alright.
won, in my opinion.
that. Yeah.
I don't think anybody on Earth has ever said that.
I mean, I could see it. I'd
Uh,
say
That
they
would be a,
definitely
that would
did
be a
second
first
place.
for
Listen.
like anything.
Okay, this is what I would say. I would say THQ
They
came
got
in
second
came
place.
in third overall.
Third's fair, fine.
Third?
Third, yes, because
Third?
Microsoft was non-existent.
I'd say second.
Microsoft was like competent, but it was like they
Microsoft-
played
They
it.
made it really
They
safe.
played
They
it
didn't do
safe with
anything.
like.
Okay, well,
Yeah, exactly. They played it safe
I'm
and
just
like they
I'm just
felt
gonna
like more
discuss-
than half the time than like a movie studio, you know.
I'm just gonna discuss what THQ did that I liked.
Okay.
THQ only released 3 games announcements, but
I only know 2.
the thing is with that is that they were all new games. Versus like not new games, new announcement, like first time announcements.
Okay. yeah.
Versus Microsoft, which was basically just there wasn't a single new announcement in the entire.
Or Nintendo.
Yeah, or Nintendo.
Nintendo basically sort of announced one new game.
They only announced what is it called? No More Heroes 3. That's the only new game.
And
they-
Breath of the Wild too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Which whatever. Apparently a lot of people are excited. I'm gonna get to that later. But for THQ, I think they got third in my opinion, because Battle for Bikini Bottom I think was the best announcement this entire E3.
Yeah.
Number 2 is we'll get to it. I think it's pretty obvious what number 2 is.
My favorite E3 was the Microsoft EP just because of everybody's reaction when it ended of them going, "That's it!"
What was?
So yeah, THQ, Destroy All Humans, that was another big one for me. I really liked that a lot.
I don't really know that game.
And then Darksiders, whatever the fuck, I don't know. People like it, so whatever. Honestly, if THQ had their own like panel, I would think that it's better than Bethesda and Microsoft's. I'd be like, okay.
I think they already did better.
No,
Yeah,
they-
even without a panel, they did better.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3.
Okay.
What'd you guys think of THQ?
I mean, basically the same.
good.
I don't know. Destroy All Humans. I've heard of it.
I
never
really,
played it.
that's the really only thing I'm excited for from this E3 besides like Dying Light 2.
Destroy All Humans is a PS2 game That
I
was
know
really
what it
good.
is, but
I don't know.
I
don't know
never
how to
played
I
it.
describe
thought
it.
I in my like final opinion, I thought like the entire E3 this year was just not good.
Battle for Bikini Bottom, I literally cried over, or no, I didn't cry over, but I almost did.
I did. I
Yeah.
didn't cry.
It
I
wasn't banjo levels, but
it wasn't banjo levels because I didn't.
it was close.
It was because they didn't. It wasn't like an E3 format where it was like in a row and it's like a live
Yeah, they
reaction
just
to
kind
it.
of
They
randomly
kind of
said
just
it.
randomly uploaded it,
Yeah, but I mean,
and I was like, and at first I thought it was a joke. I was like, is this a joke?
yeah, because that kind of game doesn't get stuff like
Like
that.
I didn't think it was real until the Steam page came out. I legit
Right.
thought it was a joke. Like I didn't think it was real.
Yeah.
Because I thought there was no fucking way they would ever
Yeah,
do that.
that's just such a random game to bring because I
Um,
mean, like that game's obviously has always been like
Thanks whoever just did
critically.
that.
Yeah,
Who's
that
doing?
game's
It's fucking
always.
eating chips.
Who's like opening a bag of chips? You
That's not me.
You
That's not me,
fucking
son.
I know
fat
who it
idiot.
is. The fucking.
We're talking about
whatever.
SpongeBob.
Everyone likes that game. The people who know it anyway, but it was always just such like kind of an
so-
anomaly almost.
So Simpsons Hit and Run is number 4. I would put SpongeBob as probably number 1, like my favorite game of all time.
Favorite game of all time.
Yeah, probably. So when it
I
was
think
in,
the movie game is better personally.
well, you're wrong.
Just to get to the point.
I think so when that was announced, I was in disbelief because I was like, they would never. I was like, there's literally no fucking way in hell they would ever remake that game ever. I said that, and I was like, there's no way. And then when they announced the 3 THQ games, I'm like, okay, they're probably gonna be new IPs or something. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
And the first game they did was that, and at first I was like, okay, so, who's like,
Shut up, just talk.
Who?
God, it's your fucking retard brother.
Fucking, I'll tell him. Give me a minute.
Fortnite!
My God.
I literally heard Fortnite too.
You're gonna go out there and like kick him with a sledgehammer.
Stop, just talk.
So at first when I like first heard it, I was like, okay, so this is like a joke, right? So I watched the trailer and I was like, and there was no gameplay, so I was like, okay, so yeah, it is a joke, and I was like, I didn't think anything of it, and that was until my my good friend, actually I don't even know who it was. It was like someone in the Discord that sent me something, and they were like, did you see this? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, the Steam page is up. So I was like, okay. No, it's not. so I went on Steam and I saw it, and because I was at home at that point, I was like home home from school, and I was like, okay, I went on Steam on my computer and I saw it, and no joke, I like saw the screenshots and I literally like this may sound like I hate it, but I literally went to sleep like 20 minutes later.
You went to sleep.
You wanna know why? It was because I literally like I was having like an energy attack of some sort where literally
An energy.
all my energy was just ripped from my body because of how excited I was. And
Damn.
I literally was like, oh my god,
Alright,
oh my god, oh my god, for like an hour. It was way worse than the banjo one. Like I literally was like, oh my god, oh my god.
Really?
And for like an hour, and I literally like, and I couldn't, and then it was like the fart thing. I talked about this in the podcast before, the fart thing I had,
The fart.
where
Just fart,
I
fart,
started,
fart.
I started saying, oh my god, and I kept on saying it over and over and over again for an hour
Actually, just
straight,
insanity.
for an hour straight, and then after an hour, I just was like, I'm going to bed.
There you go.
I'm tired. I need to go to bed.
I kind of already don't remember what my reaction was, but I can say I was happy.
I've never played the game, but like I know it's like well loved, so I
Yeah.
just might pick it up.
So yeah,
And
that
the thing is, to add on to the Simpsons thing, I hate to carry on with it, but we said we mentioned earlier that really the two games from that, I guess,
Just the two
era.
licensed games from the 2000s,
The
basically.
licensed games from the 2000s, the two games that really stand out and really the only ones that anybody continuously liked over the years was Battle for Bikini Bottom and Hit and Run.
Mhm.
So it just kind of made sense that Hit and Run would be getting something if Bikini Bottom was, but
All I don't know.
whatever. But calling all aliens was cool. Or destroy all aliens.
Calling all aliens. Destroy all
Calling
aliens.
all aliens.
Destroy all
Yeah.
humans.
Calling all aliens. I mean,
Humans.
Destroy all aliens.
Destroy.
Destroy all aliens looks cool.
Destroy all humans.
Humans. God. That's what I'm talking about.
Someone's gonna like edit that like clip of you saying destroy all aliens and like put it over like the Trump wall.
Yeah, is
No, destroy all legal aliens.
Destroy all illegal aliens. Just destroy all
Um,
Mexicans.
Avery, who would have the motive to do that?
Probably me, to be funny.
Well.
Okay, so what was next, like chronologically? EA.
After Microsoft was Bethesda.
Do you want to talk about Bethesda?
Wait, EA. I want to
It
talk
was
about. I want to
EA,
talk
it
about. I
was
want to talk about
EA,
EA real quick. I just want to talk about
Okay.
EA. There's one single minuscule thing that I thought was really, really, really good in the EA one.
Hmm?
It was the new Star Wars game. That
yeah,
looks
that.
so good. I don't care what anybody says. That looks amazing.
I have faith in Respawn. They make good games.
I
Like,
like
they
And,
make
the-
kind
the
Wars-
best part is that EA's technically not even making it. And it's not multiplayer. It's only a single player story.
Yeah, it's
and-
Respawn. Like I have
And
faith in them. They've
Respawn
made
made
Titanfall
A
too.
Way Out, which is like a really good game.
Yeah.
The
Um,
only E3 I was actually gonna care about besides Microsoft was the Nintendo E3, but it was at like fucking the butt fucking crack of dawn.
it was like
12.
12.
I will-
You idiot.
I woke up at like 4 p.m.
What are you,
You
fucking
act like that's
hermit?
their fault.
Yeah. You're like,
4?
what's wrong with them making it?
This
like-
is so
The
early.
Microsoft
You're acting like they make it at 6 a.m.
4?
You start watching it and you start doing the thing where it's like, I'm really tired. I think I have to go home.
You're acting like they announced it for 6 a.m.
Well, I'll give him one thing. They used to do really early directs, but this
Yeah.
wasn't one of them. So
This was at noon. Like everyone's up. At
guys,
6.
tune in at 3 a.m. for the new Nintendo Direct.
I think that once they had
Noon's
it,
honestly a decent time for like a Nintendo Direct because then it's just like, you know, everybody just
I'm so
probably had their
tired.
friggin'
Oh!
coffee cup or whatever.
once they had a Nintendo Direct at like 8 a.m. or something, or 7
I do.
9
I remember
a.m.
that.
I remember
The last Smash Brothers
there
one
were-
was at 9 a.m.
I remember.
there was one at 9. I remember there was one at 7 at one point. Like
Yeah.
maybe it was like a few years ago. I was just
Yeah,
like,
but that
what
was
is gonna be up
yeah,
for
but that was
that?
like one of the first directs, and they didn't really show anything.
That was a Wii U one.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember that. I remember that.
Okay, so after EA, it was
Bethesda.
Microsoft.
no, it was Microsoft.
Battle-
Dance
just
Dance
talked about
Revolution on the
Microsoft.
Nintendo
We should talk
Wii.
about
No, we
Microsoft for a little while because it
Alright,
was
what did Microsoft have
is-
again?
It is a big one.
Did they show anything about Cuphead? I don't.
No, they didn't.
Okay,
Oh.
so
Nothing at all,
I think
which is
the
weird,
big highlights for Microsoft
and that makes me feel like it's not gonna come out for a while.
were I'm not even kidding. The two highlights for me for Microsoft
I don't think I had a
were
highlight.
both Lego games.
Oh no!
You know
wait.
what? Yeah,
Cycle-
I was excited for Skywalker Saga. That
The-
looks
the-
really cool.
Yeah.
The Lego racing Lego
Yeah, the
Forza
Lego
game.
one was like like Forza or something.
The
I forget
Lego
the name of it.
Forza game.
Yeah.
And only because me, Freeze, Jack, and Avery were all watching it, and we were like, "Oh my God, it's Forza!" Because they just showed Forza, and like I remember at the beginning of the stream, me and Avery made a joke because we were like, gonna be like, because if they show Forza once, I'm just logging off the stream.
Logging off.
So
Log
so
on.
they showed Forza. They showed Forza in like the beginning, and me and Avery were
I
like,
love
up,
this, but
up, and then we're like, and then like they cut away from it. We're like, okay, good. So then they showed Forza, and I was like, up, and I was about to like actually legitimately click off, and and
Yeah.
then
Wait, the Lego guy showed up.
and
Can I
then
say the
as
part?
and no wait no because as I was
Okay.
about to click off, I looked at the screen, and I saw like
It was animals.
Yeah, I saw
There was like
animals in a
goats and
truck,
horses and
but I was
such.
literally about to say, I was about to say that I said to like Freeze and Jack, I was like, because I don't even know where Avery was at this point. Um, I was like, don't those? I was like, wait a minute,
You
because the
said they look. You said you were about to say that they looked really bad.
I'm like the graphics for the cows and animals look the cows and pigs look really bad, and then right when I'm about to say that,
Literally the same millisecond that he said that,
literally like
or that he was
a
about to
car
say that.
drives by and it zooms in on the driver and
And
it's a
it's just a
Lego guy,
Lego.
and I
The
just
Legos were like there.
and I just went,
He
oh.
like winks at the camera.
We both did that. He smiled at the camera and we both went, "Oh."
Oh.
That was so funny.
Like the trailer for it was like a minute or so long, and through the entire trailer we were just like gut busting laughing at the Legos just drove up
Because
and
that was
winked.
just such a good way to reveal a fucking Lego racing game.
He like did the fucking DreamWorks face and then drove
He
off.
did it the DreamWorks face. But
That's like, wait a minute, that's like the one kid that did the DreamWorks face in the car. That's
Yeah,
how he
yeah.
did it. He
Yeah.
drove by. I was
it
in another
reminded me of
car.
the Mario Kart Luigi thing where he makes
Yeah.
Oh,
a
the
real
death stare.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was like in slow motion too.
it was. It was just like that.
that's great.
I was like, what the fuck?
And well, they had Psychonauts. That was my only highlight.
Oh yeah, that was
That
cool.
game looks fucking amazing.
That Psychonauts 2, like the trailer for that really like shows how good the first one aged, because I was like,
Yeah.
I thought it looked really similar to the first one. That game's like,
Yeah,
You have to
the
play
first game
Psychonauts
still
shit.
looks really good.
So Microsoft's was definitely really really not good.
I don't remember. Well, they
People
also
people were like,
had-
but people I saw people on Twitter were like Microsoft won E3. I'm like,
Yeah.
No.
They said that right
No.
after it happened too.
I'm
They
like,
were
shut
like,
the
"That's such a
fuck
good."
why
up.
was
It wasn't.
Sony at E3? I like never understood
They
why.
didn't even like they announced like the 15th variation of the Xbox like also.
Well, no, they had
Wait,
that.
so, they,
fucking
so did they announce the actual new
But they didn't
Xbox
actually
console?
show
Oh
it.
yeah,
They
that
didn't
was
actually
so
show it.
stupid.
No,
They were like,
it's just,
okay,
it's just named a
They
product.
just
at this
showed the
point.
chip and that
during
was
the
it.
Microsoft E3, they were like, okay, you're gonna have two ways to use the Xbox Game Pass. First off, on your Xbox One, and then on your new portable. And like Thomas is like fucking for the Switch, and then they released like some like Project Cloud X.
Yeah, because the whole time we were waiting for something Nintendo.
Oh,
'cause-
wait, is this streaming service?
No, like a cross-platform, like between
Yeah.
Nintendo and Microsoft. They were gonna
Because
announce
Because that
like a
whole thing's been
partnership.
so huge. Because well, one, we thought Banjo would be in the in Xbox at one point.
I thought that what they were gonna do is I
Uh.
thought that. Well, first of all, Shigeru Miyamoto was rumored to even be there, but that didn't happen.
The thing was, they tweeted that fucking tweet where it was like,
Like
we're gonna have a
Shigeru
special
Miyamoto with
guest.
fucking Keanu Reeves.
And
They
it's
tweeted,
Keanu.
they tweeted we're
so
gonna have a
embarrassing.
special guest, and a lot of people were they were saying that it's either gonna be Sakurai or Miyamoto, but no, it was Keanu Reeves.
Of all
Which-
people.
Which is fine.
And like the gaming
I didn't
journalist,
think so.
there
Which
was
is
some
fine.
gaming
I-
journalists like saying like, "Oh yeah, Miyamoto's gonna be there, guys."
That
Like
was
right after
funny.
Keanu Reeves showed
I
up,
thought
like,
that was funny.
guys, we got them mixed up. You know, it's easy
And
to
I
get
didn't
these
even-
two mixed
I
up.
think
you
they
know?
were joking. I don't think they
I didn't
actually
even know that
serious.
that was a rumor. I thought that that was actually something someone
When
actually
Keanu
said.
Reeves showed up, I literally was like, because Freeze wasn't there for like the first like 20 minutes of it. I was
Yeah, I
like, I
joined
said
with
that, I
that
said
cringe
that, I said to Avery, I was like, when they were showing the cyberpunk like thing, and it showed Keanu Reeves, I were like, it was like silence because me and Avery were laughing about something, and then all of a sudden it shows Keanu Reeves and it was silence for like literally a full like 5 seconds, and I just went, and I just went.
Somebody just peeped. Somebody just peeped. Is that fucking Keanu Reeves?
I was like, is that wait a minute, is that Keanu Reeves? and then
Like in the audience.
And then
No,
then they
me.
pan out to like the audience, and then this
was like,
huge box
"Please
opens up and
welcome."
smoke comes out,
It
and
was
you
like-
just see the silhouette of Keanu
and
Reeves.
you hear,
Box.
please welcome Keanu Reeves. And we're like,
It was-
what the fuck?
He was like, "Yes, it's me, Keanu Reeves, back at."
I
Yeah, he
love
was like,
movies.
what's up, guys? It's your boy. I
Can we
love
talk about
movies.
what was the
I
one
love
what
movies.
was the one CEO that was like Mike Booty?
Oh yeah,
Mike
Mike,
Booty,
Booty. He
yeah.
just came out and said, he was
Mm.
like, please welcome Mike Booty. Mike Booty and Scott Anus are my highlights.
Mike
of
Crotch.
E3.
Yeah. And then in the part about the chip, they just kept mentioning like how there's not gonna be loading screens.
Yeah, I
And
was
then
like,
there's that one girl with the really big nose who was like, loading screens are a thing.
it's like,
I
yeah.
like. I like.
Yeah, I guess they are.
I like
What was
when
the
Stanley
one guy with
pissed
the
off
long
George
beard?
said at that one game that looked like a Denny's menu, like a Denny's
Oh yeah.
like the
What does that
maze game
mean?
with the crayons.
And then, do you remember?
Yeah,
Wait, I have a highlight. I have a highlight from
Yeah.
the Microsoft panel for Avery. Do you remember when Flight Simulator came on and Avery thought it was GTA 6?
It looked like the fucking like
No,
it looked like the
didn't.
Rocky Friend.
I remember that.
Because I
Oh,
joked
that's
around.
hilarious.
Because I
wasn't, like-
joked around. I
wasn't
said, "Is that
actually,
Grand Theft Auto
expecting-
6?"
I
And Avery
wasn't
was like,
actually
"Oh my
expecting
god!"
Grand Theft Auto 6. But I was not expecting fucking Flight Simulator. I thought it was gonna be something like more than
Literally
that.
I
predicted
literally,
what it was, too.
I literally said it's just Flight Simulator.
I was gonna put like my high hopes of GTA 6, but like I wasn't. I did fucking Flight Simulator.
I joked
We
around.
said, I know what we said. We said, is this just a flight simulator? And then the title was literally Flight Simulator.
I joked around in the beginning. I'm like, Avery, look, it's Grand Theft Auto 6, and you're like,
and he
Avery's
was like, really?
Avery's no, Avery was like, wait a minute, it might actually be.
Yeah. He was like, wait.
The one thing I got really pissed off of was that found footage horror game that I thought was gonna be Outlast 3, but it was actually just Blair Witch.
That's cool though. I like that. That's
It
another
looks good.
highlight.
That sounds cool though.
Yeah, because I
Or
hyped
is
it
it
up to be
better?
Outlast on purpose. I was like, Avery, it's Outlast.
I thought it was gonna be. It looked like an actual Outlast at it. It looked like an actual Outlast sequel, but it was just the Blair Witch Project video game.
So Microsoft's I think was a
I'm
good.
trying to see, and I'm trying to see if they showed off anything else. I'm trying to remember.
They had Halo, which went on way too long.
Oh,
As
there
you
was
Yeah.
one.
There wasn't any
Like
gameplay
Halo,
footage.
it was like
and
they
there
had
wasn't
like
any gameplay for it, so it's like.
Yeah,
yeah.
There was no gameplay footage. It was just another pre-rendered CG trailer. It was
They
just like,
literally
oh my
had
gosh, come
Same
on.
pre-reach.
two times for Cyberpunk and Halo, they legitimately had like a 5-minute CGI movie.
What was
Playing.
the game
The
where?
Cyberpunk thing,
What?
like, oh my gosh.
What was the game where when it started, one of you literally said, "This is gonna go on for an hour." Because of
me, it was for Halo.
Yeah, because you had seen. Oh, it was Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know once you'd seen the trailer or something already, and it was like, this is literally gonna go on for an hour.
All their games are just like all shooters or something, and like
Yeah,
they
they're
also
all
like
the
meshing,
same
they all
shit.
started meshing
No,
together.
because-
Like I just couldn't like tell differences.
No, because there was no, it wasn't Halo. It was
It was something else.
it was
It was
Gears of War 5. That's what it was.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
I
it did
s-
go on
'cause-
for an hour.
Oh
'Cause-
yeah,
'cause I
that
s-
was like so weird because like they show the trailer and then it cuts to like a boiler room where they just show another trailer.
Didn't they announce like some fucking
And I was
pop
like,
figure
I
game
remember
too?
I remember I said I was like,
That was
is-
last year,
I
and they
remember,
continued
I
it.
remember when I cut to the boiler room, like, is Matt Booty down there?
My favorite part. The robot came on screen and Thomas was like, "Oh, is this Terminator?" And then it just said Terminator.
And then it
to
said
Phil
Terminator.
It was like Thomas was like jokingly saying, "Oh, a Terminator," and then said the Terminator Salvation DLC.
I was like, what?
All right, is that everything from Microsoft?
No, because I
one-
I
one
was
that-
like, oh look, it's the Terminator, and then it said Terminator DLC.
Terminator.
The one thing that I was like excited for like Dying Light 2, but apparently I wasn't like I sounded like I was being really sarcastic because like during the conference I was like, "Yes, Dying Light 2."
And it actually was.
And I was like actually excited for it, but Freeze was like, "Are you being sarcastic?"
No,
Oh no, yeah, you were actually like, "Oh my god! Oh,
you're
oh
like,
my god!"
you were like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
The only
And I was
show-
like, "Are you doing an annoying joke, or are you being serious?"
You're like, dude, Dying Light 2, awesome. And I was like, are you doing a
Fucking
joke?
psychotic,
Are
or
you
you-
doing a joke? Like, I don't get what's going on.
I remember that.
They showed footage at the Square Enix conference, by the way, Avery, of Dying Light 2.
You don't give a fuck. Like I like Dying Light, but like Dying Light 2, I'm
you
excited
like it enough
for
to
it.
be like, oh my
I'm
god.
excited for it, but I'm not.
God.
I'm excited for it, but I'm not like.
All right, well,
Okay, so I
Alright.
guess we can move on to Microsoft's was probably was
I thought you were about to say, can we go on the mic
Microsoft's
rush?
was better than was definitely better than EA's and Bethesda's.
and the next one we're gonna get to.
All right,
So,
Bethesda's up next.
So Bethesda's up next.
Anything-
Me and Freeze watched Bethesda alone, just me and him.
Oh my god.
And it was like a fucking ride.
We literally thought they were doing a joke.
We literally were like, I remember at one
I haven't
point.
watched
I remember at
Bethesda's,
one
what they
point.
do.
I remember at one
Well-
point I said, okay, so they're obviously doing a joke. So what they're gonna do next is they're gonna like announce like a new Fallout game. So, cause basically they were acting, cause me and Freeze were only watching Bethesda stream to see what they had to say for themselves for Fallout
Yeah, we were
76.
we just wanted to hear like if they were gonna apologize for Fallout 76.
yeah,
if they were
Fallout
gonna,
76.
I knew
if
they
they were
weren't.
even gonna mention it at all.
Cause I knew
Did
they
they
weren't.
dodge it the entire time?
No,
No, they
here,
didn't. Okay,
They
I'll
did
explain
the
it.
exact opposite.
They
of
did
that.
the exact opposite.
So
Actually,
they embraced it and they're like, yeah, it's buggy as shit, but
no,
oh well.
No, they didn't even say
no,
that.
they didn't even say that.
What?
Okay.
What
so
did they
this-
say,
this-
Thomas?
So,
What is one of the things they said?
so at first the fucking guy comes out of the audience. He's like, "Please
Todd
welcome."
Howard?
No, not Todd
Oh.
Howard. It was like some
Not
other
yet.
guy, and he was like, he was in the audience, and he came to up on stage, and he was like,
Mm.
"Hey guys," and he's like, "Please," he's like, he was like, "Here's the best game studio in the world," and he's talking about Bethesda Game Studios, like, and he welcomed Tom Howard. Todd Howard came out, and Todd Howard was like, "Hey, we had over 84 million people play our games this year. That's amazing." And then he goes, "Yeah, we have our incredible game Fallout 76." So
He
me,
said,
so me and
Incredible.
Freeze were like, "Uh-oh." And then he was like, we're like, "Oh God, he's probably gonna be like, we fucked up." But
Yeah.
then he goes, no joke, he goes, so this game, you guys love this game. You kept on playing it, and you know we kept on updating it, and you know,
the two.
Is that what he fucking said? I'm
No.
actually
These are word for word two things that he said. One of them was he's astounded at how far the game has come
yeah.
since
Yeah.
release, and the other thing
Oh,
he said
gosh.
was it's the greatest online game he's ever seen.
Yeah, that's what it was.
No joke. He said
Oh.
I'm gonna
both
Oh.
of those
fuck
word
down
for
Todd Howard. I'm
He-
gonna. I'll
he
actually
said-
talk
That's
Todd
a
he
Howard.
little bit of
said-
a lie.
And then he said,
word for word. He said both
and then
of
he
them.
said, and then he said, "I'm so surprised at the community. People are leaving water for each other and being very nice to each other." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "You idiot! It's because you fucking disable PvP. Because people are fucking killing each other too much, idiot."
Fucking only 2 people play that game now. What are you on about?
Yeah, exactly. And it was like,
they,
are
they
you
literally
doing a
banned
joke?
a player for playing the game for like a
I
long
was
period of
so
time.
Confused. And then
And
they
then
move into this big update that I mean a lot of people were saying
was
was the
shit.
savior of the game. but
it
then-
kind of
Yeah.
it kind of isn't, but kind of is.
Some people
What-
thought
what-
that.
what
but
was-
It,
then
was-
basically they
Just a
add
video?
human
I don't know.
no
What it is.
they added human NPCs which should have been in the game like all
Yeah.
along, but
It's gonna be confusing.
and but they didn't really show anything like
Suppose.
improvement wise, and they just like basically announced human NPCs and the
So they
and the
announced NPCs and that's it?
yeah, basically no, that's
Well,
not, well, we'll get
they
to that.
wrapped it around at the end to
Wait,
kind of
no,
already
so
turn people off.
so they kind of were like, okay, so that's kind of cool. They're kind of, you know, at least they're
Yeah.
trying to improve. And then the fucking one guy's like, fuck yeah, we add NPCs to Fallout 76. Or no, he didn't say that. Wait,
Congrats,
you-
you added
he
something
did
that
say
should've been
fuck
in the
yeah.
game
yeah,
in
he
the
did say
first
fuck yeah,
place.
but for something else. So so then they're like, okay, we have one more thing to show you. And then they show like Fallout 76 gameplay, and then they basically announce like this, that there's like a Vault 51, and you know a lot of people want to become the
vault?
overseer of
Thomas,
Vault
you
50.
got out. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, a lot of people want to become the overseer of Vault 51. So you're gonna have to fight for it. So they announced a battle royale mode.
What?
And
Yeah.
yeah, they did. And
Battle
then when it
royale.
ends, the fucking
So
one guy's like,
a
"Fuck
buggy ass
yeah."
game with still chock full of game breaking bugs that can like still probably fuck you up a lot your console. and,
I
like,
haven't. I
actually
played it
break
once.
I'm not touching that shit ever. But they gave a fucking already buggy ass game with still a million bugs to fix, a battle royale mode up to 100 players or some shit.
I can talk. We can make a whole podcast with everything that fucked up with Fallout 76, with the
Oh,
fucking
I
pre-order
have
bonus,
I have
with the
an entire
pre-order
fucking
bonuses
list
and
of,
shit.
of fuck ups.
Um,
But I'm gonna
so
skip over that.
they said, so then the one guy's like, "Fuck yeah, we added a fucking battle royale mode to Fallout 76," and I'm like, "Fuck you,
Oh, yeah.
dude."
The game's
Um,
buggy enough. Like it barely could handle a battle
So they
royale, but the servers
basically,
are like
in
25 people.
short,
Like,
for the entire Bethesda conference, they announced like other shit, and people were freaking out over like a lot of stuff, and a lot of people say that the crowd was paid off to make it seem
Yeah,
like
totally was.
they definitely were.
Doom Eternal, I understand. Like that's a good game, but like that's
So
they got.
they showed too much gameplay of it though. They spent like 25 minutes of gameplay. I was like, okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
we already know
Um,
enough. It's like I don't really.
So
Like not enough. I'm just saying like we already know it's there. We don't need that much.
in short, for the Fallout 76 thing, they acted like everybody loved the game,
After everything was fine.
everything was
nothing
fine
wrong.
with the game, and
They didn't apologize for
they didn't
anything.
apologize for
They
anything.
didn't say sorry for
No,
They
like.
really
Todd
didn't
Howard-
acknowledge.
Todd
they,
Howard,
they,
the only thing that he acknowledged was wrong with the game, he just said there were some bugs.
Some bugs.
yeah, they
Some
really,
of those bugs bricked your fucking console.
they really didn't give off
Like,
the
a
impression
couple-
that
and the
anything
thing
about
is,
the
like-
game
Yeah,
was
he made it
that
seem
bad.
like there was he basically said there was a rocky start, and that was it.
Alright,
He made it seem like there was like a teeny
Are you guys
weeny-
talking about when they
Have
tried to
you heard- have
convince
you
you
heard
that
of that
Fallout
thing where, like,
76 was not a bad game?
Have you heard of
Yeah.
that thing where like if you get banned from Fallout 76, you have to like write back to like Bethesda or something? Or like no, I'm probably getting confused with something else, but like
Oh no, I know what you're gonna
something about,
say.
they leaked like a bunch of people's like private information, like where to ship things. Like I think it was
Yeah.
'cause, like, different things.
No, what they did was they started banning cheaters.
And they were like,
Yeah.
it's like,
No, they
we'll
started
unban
banning-
you if
they-
unban you if you tell us what you did. To cheat,
Yeah,
and how you cheated.
they basically emailed people, the cheaters, and they're like,
Like,
okay,
hey,
we'll
cheater,
unban
can
you
you,
if you
like,
tell us
how
what you
you
did
cheated?
it. They get like the cheats, and they were like, what? And then basically, so then they started banning people who wanted like refunds for the pre-orders, and then they were like, why the fuck did I get banned for asking for a refund? And then they thought that like,
Some guy got banned for having just too
and then
much stuff.
some guy got
because he beat the
banned
game.
for having over 100 hours in the game or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, but it's because like they had like a reason where they're like
It was said like he had like a lot like too much stuff or something, but like
no, they're like they thought that he had a lot of like rare stuff, and basically the only other people who had it at the time like hacked it to get it, so they just thought he was another hacker. I
Yeah,
think.
he had a lot of
but
hours.
it was playing,
put
but
in
it was
the game.
playing for a really long
Yeah,
amount of
but
time.
they could just check the hours and be like, okay, this guy's legit.
Like he's like one of few people like
He
dedicated
earned
their like
this.
time to this game, and then
Well, Bethesda, they made fucking Fallout 76. Do you think they think about this shit?
The thing,
fucking
the thing
the idea was cool,
that
but
pisses me off the most about Fallout 76, and this is all I'm gonna say about Fallout 76 for the rest of the fucking eternity,
all right.
is that it fucking put a huge like, it basically drew Fallout's name in the fucking dirt, because now everyone associates
It threw Bethesda's entire name in the dirt. Like ever
Fallout.
since Fallout 76, like they've just been kind of like down there, like
people associate Fallout with like a
this
fucking
like, just
broken game.
broken. Yeah.
Meanwhile, all the other Fallout games were amazing single player experiences, which are one of my favorite games. Fallout 3 is one of Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games ever.
I knew New Vegas is like a wonder. Like people love that thing. Fallout,
That game is so
wait.
good, and
Yeah,
Fallout
it's like it
4,
said like,
a lot of people
Fallout
didn't
4
like it,
people
but I
said,
thought
like,
that was okay.
yeah, but like,
It
it was
wasn't-
still like overall a good time.
Yeah, it was
like-
fine. It wasn't
But then like compared to Fallout
Fallout
76,
it's like the
like
fucking
holy
best
shit,
game
how do you
ever.
jump down this low? Like I understand like the idea about like a multiplayer Fallout. That's actually really cool. Just the way they executed it was like so fucking shitty.
I so
I'm not saying like a full like 25 player server, just like small co-op or some shit. Or just
yeah,
one or
that
two
would be
people.
cool. So yeah. Next.
Oh right. What was that lady like? Also like a little bit more of the Bethesda thing. Like you know that one lady, that one Japanese lady, like showing off her game at Bethesda or something.
Oh, yeah, everyone
I
wants
didn't
to
understand anything
Everyone
about
wants to
any of
fuck
that.
her now.
Oh yeah, everyone on fucking Twitter and shit. They're like drawing porn of her and like want to fuck her and like it's creepy as shit.
Come on.
She just
I
wanted to
would
show.
not
She
do
just wanted to show off her
this.
game. That's
You
it. And then like
can't
everyone's like,
do
She
this.
was
everyone's
the
like,
greatest
everyone's
behind
calling her, like,
Bayonetta, wasn't she?
Stop. Yeah, she was.
Yeah. like she just wanted to show off her game. Like everyone's like, dude, I'm about to fuck her. It's like, what the
When-
fuck?
do you
my
think?
God.
Do
She's
you
a
think
real
they'll ever?
person.
Do you think at an E3 they'll ever like turn down the lights and just say the Ouya 2?
She has.
They should. They honestly
Oh.
She has a beating.
They're
she has
gonna
a
play the
beating
entire like
heart.
Kroby Cat Ouya video and be like, these issues fix.
The Ouya is
Ouya.
gonna beat pre-orders in Canada again against the new Xbox console,
God.
just like it did against
Wasn't
the
the Ouya
Xbox
company, like,
One.
owned by
Just
someone else now,
watch.
like,
Just
the lady-
watch.
Wasn't the lady who founded it? Didn't she like sell it? The company.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
she sold it to the gaming mouse company Razer.
Razer fucking destroyed it.
What are they gonna do with it?
They're gonna fucking take all the used hardware and just make it more into more. Fuck.
They just took
Okay.
everything they can.
Throw
and
up.
They're gonna take all the Ouyas that are still left in the world and break them down and turn them into more mouses and keyboards.
Yeah.
That's probably what they're gonna
Better
do
use-
actually.
It was literally just like a shitty Android phone, like just like the UI in a box.
Okay.
Anyway.
No, you can play Sonic CD
if you
on it.
went to
Dude, you
settings
can play
with the exact
guys. You
same
can play Sonic
UI,
episode 4.
wouldn't
You can play Sonic 4 episode 1 on the Ouya, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I don't understand the complaints personally.
You can play porn
It had Sonic
on
4
the
episode
Ouya.
2.
There was a Pornhub app on the Ouya. That's why I
Oh, yeah.
liked.
Yeah. Anyways,
One thing that I love about the new consoles, is just except for the fucking Switch because it doesn't have a browser, you can just go on Pornhub on the PS4 or Xbox One.
That's funny.
wait, no, not with the PS.
What if you
PS4
watch
doesn't have
Pornhub on
that.
the Ouya?
You probably could.
You
What
put
if
the-
you-
Yeah, it has the Android UI. You can, there probably is an app that just lets you.
What
Actually,
if
yeah,
you
probably-
got
That
in
shit
bed
is
with
probably
your
super
wife?
easy to home through.
What if you
Oh,
got in the bed with your wife, turned on the TV, and was like, "All right, we're gonna watch some Pornhub," and you turn on the Ouya?
You can actually, whatever. You
that
can
with
probably
your
easily
wife.
homebrew the Ouya. You can just use it as a console to play other shit.
You could, but why would you?
Yeah, why would you?
The fucking Ouya.
It's a possibility, but why would you do that?
Well, like the boo.
Booyah!
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright,
All
alright.
right.
Up
Well, next
Revolver
was
Digital.
Okay, next was
fucking what the hell is
Ubisoft.
Revolver Digital?
No,
Next.
Devolver.
Devolver
Skip
was.
Revolver. That's
I-
like,
Whenever they do E3s, they like to be self-aware, and they do a lot of indie games, which I think most of them are
Revolver
cool.
Digital
But
was basically like a
Their
troll
presentation-
I
easy.
like the picnic. I like the Ninja Gaiden-esque looking Picnic Panic looking game, and the light gun game that I'm sure I'll never get to play in my friggin' life because it's this arcade machine that costs
the arcade machine was cool,
$5,000.
but, the arcade machine was cool. It's a cool idea, but then where are you gonna play that? Where are you gonna get-
I hope the next time I visit mine back in New Jersey and I can go to the arcade that I go to that I like to go to, it'll be there. But that's not even a guarantee or anything.
Yeah.
And then for as far as the skits, I thought all of them were painfully unfunny to me, except for
they're just not like my kind of comedy. Oh yeah, that's.
they're not my kind of comedy at all. I hated them.
It was like a breath out of my nose when they remade the Nintendo Direct, but that's about it.
Okay.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I
so-
didn't watch it either. So.
They just
Yeah,
showed
I
a
don't
bunch
even know
of
what Devolver Digital is.
Some of the games the My Friend Pedro thing, Picnic Panic, some of those were cool. It's just the
My
skits
friend
were
Pedro sounds like a sequel
painfully-
to Napoleon Dynamite.
My friend Pedro is at Microsoft.
It's Devolver Digital.
Was it?
Oh wait,
It-
I
Well,
want to
it's
talk.
a game
I
made by
forgot to talk
Devolver
about this
Digital, but it
game
goes
on
to a
Microsoft.
bunch of consoles.
I forgot to
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about this
yeah,
game on
yeah.
Microsoft.
It was also shown at Nintendo's thing today.
There's
though.
that
But-
one.
Oh, that's what I meant. Nintendo.
There's that one game that they showed at the Microsoft one was 12 minutes, where it's the guy in the loop for 12 minutes. That game looked good.
Yeah, it was just
Just wanted to
Yeah.
mention that.
Yeah. It's just weird that Devolver's was so short though, and then but I guess that was kind of blessing in disguise because it's just oh my gosh, this is so shit. I want it to end, but they didn't really show too many games off. It was just 3 things that were
They're not bad. They
worth
show off
mentioning.
pretty good. Most of the time, they show off pretty good like indie games. The skits are there,
I don't
but
like
the indie
indie
games they show
games.
off are alright. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
about it.
No, it's just
They're
it
just
was
small, just
very
short.
weirdly short because
I really-
it didn't even hit 30 minutes. It was 27 at most.
I really don't
checked it.
care for
I
indie
checked it.
games most of the time. Some of them are really bad.
I mean,
but
Yeah.
indie games, indie games can be, that they're a little bit of a roller
Grab
coaster.
bag.
If anything, they're
I
yeah,
think
grab
Shovel
bag.
Knight's
I
the
mean,
only indie
you
game I
can-
thought was
for-
over okay.
For every Shovel Knight, you will get a mighty number 9.
Uh,
Mm.
I like Shantae. That's the only one though.
Well, Shantae was originally just way forward though, and then they got it to be indie through.
I fucking bought free Shovel. He hasn't touched it. Fuck you.
I don't care. I played what I thought was necessary.
Wait, what
uh,
happened?
I bought
Shantae.
fucking free Shovel Knight 2 years ago or some
I
shit.
think
and
Shovel
he
Knight's
hasn't
I think
played
Shovel
a
Knight's
little bit.
Cool House really
Shovel
successful.
Knight.
Nobody cares about it.
Shovel Nut.
Shovel
Knight.
Knight.
Shovel
He
Knight.
bought me Shovel Knight, but I played 30 minutes of it, like on his copy already.
It's a good game. I think it's a good game. It's a
I
really
think
good.
good,
Freeze
but it was
legitimately
boring.
might have played more of the Jeepers
No,
game
I
than
disagree.
Automata
I think
rather than the Shovel
the
Knight game.
level design and the music's good. It's the graphics are really well done. I really enjoy
It's
like
getting
the
like a
combination
big-
None
of
of
it's
it's
getting like-
bad. It's just
getting a
none of
it-
it pulled
Big
me in.
DLC at the.
it's I just enjoy like it's basically like Zelda 2 meets Castlevania DuckTales in a way.
Just solid good game. That's it.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Yeah,
Shut
yeah.
It
up.
wasn't bad. I was
Running,
just, it's
we're
nothing.
running,
that-
we're
I
running a
care
little bit
about
out
it.
of time. We're gonna have to move on.
All right.
Right,
Square
fine, go.
What are you? Okay.
Enix. Square
Let's-
Enix. Shoot.
I was
It
referencing,
started
I was
off with Final
referencing the
Fantasy.
fucking
Let's go.
Square Enix conference. That's a
Okay.
good
Thoughts?
transition, actually. Where they just said we're running out of time. We're gonna need to hurry this up in the middle of the conference.
Didn't watch that. I was in the call when you watched it, but I didn't watch it.
Enix.
So Square Enix's I would say is number 2 for me. I thought they did pretty good.
Figured.
Like they had a good. They had like for me they had a strong start and a strong finish. Everything else in the middle was like, oh, yeah.
It was just like Final Fantasy stuff, basically, and like
Final Fantasy VII looked good. Like I've never played a Final Fantasy
Fuck
game.
Final
Like,
Fantasy, what a shitty ass game.
No, but 7's a good one.
seven,
I've
the
never
I've never
seven,
played a
all
Final
of the
Fantasy
same
game in my
game.
life, but like the Final Fantasy.
No, they're
VII
not. You
The
haven't
Final
even.
Fantasy VII game they showed off looked really good.
Avery.
Honestly, in terms of Super Nintendo era,
All
6 is
RPGs are
also
fucking
good.
trash except for Earthbound.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Final
Shut
Final Fantasy 7,
Who?
Kick your
the Final
fucking
Fantasy
ass.
7 remake.
I think it was-
Avery, Earthbound's
like-
one of the
I
only
thought it
RPGs
looked
you
good.
have played.
Might get it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
You
Alright.
didn't like
I
it at
pla-
first.
I played Final Fantasy.
Oh
Have
yeah,
you
which
played-
one?
have you
Which
played
one?
Chrono
The
Trigger?
fucking first one.
Just Final Fantasy.
You've
Yeah.
not played the first
The
Final
NES
Fantasy.
one is the first one is the worst
Okay.
one. You know.
Avery, if you've only played Final Fantasy 1, then you've never played any
That's
of the
like
games.
saying
Just
saying
play
I played the
3
I
on
just
first
know
Fire
that
Emblem,
that's-
guys.
Just play 3 on Super Nintendo something. Just see what you think of that
That's
one.
like guys,
Sorry, I don't
I
want to
played
take like
the
a week
first
out of
Fire
my
Emblem
schedule
and
to
it
beat
sucks.
one game.
What was wrong with Earthbound that made you play it?
It looked cool, and it was cool.
That's like saying
Shut
Fantasy VII
That's like
looks
saying-
good.
guys, I
Cool.
played
Mongoloid.
I played Earthbound Beginnings.
You're the Mongoloid,
Earthbound
you're the one fucking
sucks.
projecting
Shut up.
your opinion in the skies, like, oh, Final Fantasy's boring! I've only played one of them though.
There's like a million.
There's a million, but
Avery. That's
can
like
play
that's
2.
Avery. You know what that's like? That's like if you play Mother 1 and be like,
I have-
Earthbound is boring.
I have to like get a doctor's note to like play it because it takes like 7 years to beat
you're on
one.
summer break.
I'm
Play
not spending my-
7.
Sit around,
I'm
smell
not
yourself.
spending my
Play
entire summer
7
break
or-
playing
play
a game that
7 or
I'm only
8.
gonna mediocrely like.
Play 7,
Mediocrely
8,
like-
or 10. Those are the good ones. 7, 8, or 10.
Dude, you need to play Final Fantasy 97 and the Final Fantasy 2.
No,
Can you
just
suck my
play-
dick?
Play
Don't
7.
play 9. Don't play 9 though. 9 is pretty
The
bad.
same thing goes for Kingdom Hearts.
Play 7.
Okay, Square Enix
Play
is
7. 7
Square-
at least. I know
Square
7's good.
Square Enix.
Okay,
Circle
go.
Enix.
All right. Everything
Um,
in the middle. I don't really care about.
Square Enix, basically the beginning was strong with a Final Fantasy VII remake, which looks really, 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 really,
Good.
really, 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 really.
Alright.
I had a stroke. Really, 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 really
Control
What?
time
I
here.
don't even know what game you're talking
Millie
about anymore.
Vanilli.
good. Final Fantasy VII remake. It basically is like Kingdom Hearts style now.
Kingdom
It
Hearts.
changed from like not generic,
Like a
a
change from
typical
turn-based
from
to
a
just like
turn-based
straight
RPG
action
to a
fighting.
straight action RPG, which I like a lot.
Yeah.
I wish
didn't
more
know.
games did that. So yeah, that looked good. Then they just, I don't know what they did.
Everything in the middle was
In the
there,
middle,
but then
they showed-
Avengers.
Okay, so
It's kind of far to go
I
around
was
for the rest.
expecting Kingdom Hearts DLC, like more info, but they showed the same trailer that they released the day before, and then that was it.
Mhm.
which
There wasn't
wasn't
even
which
any,
wasn't
like,
which wasn't
actual
much
voice
anyway.
lines. It was just like text on the
Which
screen.
wasn't much anyway. So it was like, okay, thanks. And then at the end they showed the Avengers game, which apparently is like Destiny, where it just keeps on getting updates and
I
stuff.
think I like that.
And
They
I
said
like
they said
that.
it was all free though.
Yeah, it's
like all the
well, yeah, that's.
I mean, I feel
Destiny
like
is all free.
on reflection, I think there will be like a catch to it somewhere, but like I
No,
don't see
I
where it
don't
could
think
be.
there
But
will be. They literally
hopefully
made
they
sure
don't.
that like there was
Alright.
no.
they said all characters and like all new areas would be free to explore. All like that's
and it's
cool.
online co-op. I like that.
Yeah. overall. I think like
I don't know.
there's,
I'm
there's
not.
like
I'm not really.
I don't see any way they could like fuck this up.
I'm not really set on it until I see gameplay. But for now, it looks fine.
They showed off like little bits of it.
No,
but, like,
they really didn't. They really
Oh.
didn't at all. That was like everyone's main complaint that they didn't show any gameplay. Like
they
at
said they were
all.
like showing off like gameplay on like the panel, like the stage, like not the stage, but like after it. But like
Oh,
I'm not sure if they uploaded
if
it
that's
anywhere.
true, then I'll watch it later.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Nintendo's.
We're already
Square
there.
Enix, no. Square Enix and it was PC gaming show, but nobody
I
watched
don't
that.
fucking care about PC gaming show,
PC.
dude.
Ubisoft.
PC gaming
Ubisoft.
one is a joke.
More like the PP show.
Ubisoft.
Wait, Ubisoft.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
come on,
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
We skipped actually. Never mind. Ubisoft was before Square.
Yeah, we didn't watch Ubisoft.
But Ubisoft.
Any of you?
I watched Ubisoft.
I watched Ubisoft. They all
The
I
only
can
thing I know about
remember is
Ubisoft is
there
that
was a
John
grandma
Burnham
you could
came
play as
out,
her.
or whatever his
It
name
was
is.
Tom Clancy's E3 conference.
Yeah, it was just
display.
Tom Clancy's. It's Tom Clancy's. It's like one game where you just play as a grandma. And you get to tase somebody and kill them.
All I know is
Those
that John
Watch Dogs.
Berthel came out and had his dog.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
just got a dog on stage and like everyone just kept typing in the
"Hi,
chat
my
like,
name
good
is
boy,
Joe,
good boy.
John Burhale, oh
Why
my
do you
God,
get his
John
dog?
Burhale, and this is my dog Bobo the dog." Or
Well,
something
because
like
no one
that.
would have cared if his dog wasn't there.
That's true.
No, people like John Burhale.
His dog-
He's like
his
the
dog
Punisher.
is
Who the
and
fuck
shit.
is John Burr? What?
He was in Baby
Yeah.
Driver, the Punisher.
Wait, what's his name?
John Burhale.
He was the dude at the beginning of Baby Driver who was like, if you don't see me, then I'm dead.
Oh, I
And
remember
then
his
just
last
does,
name being
and then
different.
doesn't come back.
I thought it was John.
Yeah,
Barr.
he fucking dies.
Never mind. Okay.
I love how they did that, by the way. He just doesn't come back. You're like, okay, I guess he's dead.
Yeah.
My favorite ever line in that movie is don't feed me lines from Monsters Inc. It pisses me off.
Yeah. That's a great film.
So Ubisoft.
Just Dance 2020 coming to the Wii. Outlive the
Yeah.
Wii U and 3DS.
And you want to know why?
No,
Yeah,
there's
because
a pretty good
older, because
explanation
like
for it.
retirement homes and like hospitals, like the Wii is cheap, so they have that.
Yeah, and no one
Yeah.
fucking bought the Wii U, so they don't need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
good.
why
enough
would it be?
explanation.
Wait, hold on. What Just Dance game is on the 3DS?
No, I'm just saying the Wii outlived the 3DS.
Oh, well, it's the
I
3DS
was
is
about
done.
to say, what the
Yeah, the
fuck are you
3DS is
talking
gone
about,
now. I
man?
can't recall. I can't like.
I guess you're right. Yeah, nothing.
No,
3DS
the
was
last it was official. The last game on the 3DS was Persona 5 Q2.
really like they
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah.
The Wii has officially outlived
Wow.
the Wii U and the 3DS,
I kind of
Yeah.
expected that.
and
And
likely
and
will
Persona
keep
5
outliving it
Persona
because next
Q2
year they
came
probably
out.
will release it. for
Persona
it.
Q2 came out like yesterday.
The Wii will probably. The Wii might just outlive the fucking Switch.
That'd be funny.
be
I
fucking
kind of
funny.
expected to.
I feel, and the thing is, the only thing carrying it at this point is Ubisoft's Just Dance. If they drop Just Dance anytime, the Wii will just go with it.
My favorite
no
thing
one-
ever
no
is
one
now
has-
they didn't port it to the
listen.
Wii because the Wii's back. They didn't port it to the Wii U because the Wii is backwards compatible with the Wii.
Yeah.
Oh
think
no,
the
no,
funniest
listen to
thing-
this.
I think the funniest thing is that you can get Baby Driver. You can get fucking.
You can get Baby Driver in the Wii.
You can get.
Baby Driver on the Wii, dude.
You can get a dolphin ROM for it.
You can get a Dolphin
the
ROM
next
for Just
Just
Dance.
Dance.
Imagine
Yeah.
going to the trouble of setting up a dolphin game for Just Dance.
Just Dance.
It would honestly be less stressful and probably cheaper to just not cheaper but less stressful.
You could just look up all the shit on YouTube.
go to fucking eBay and buy a Wii for $2.
Not even. You could just look on
Go to
YouTube for
eBay.
just
Go to
Dance. shit.
go to eBay.com.
No, you
Okay.
can just go to YouTube just for all the Just Dance shit, all the videos.
Yeah,
and
they're
shit,
all
the music
there.
shit, all there.
Just
Just dance along
dance
with
along to 'em.
And then.
Yeah.
And
Ian, what were you
then-
gonna say?
Well, I'm just saying. Well, listen, I'm just saying that it's just well, no wonder why Nintendo and Ubisoft just try and get along so well. It's just Ubisoft's the reason why one of their consoles from a decade ago is still fucking alive. It's
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
The last 6 games on the Wii have all been fucking theirs. So
They don't even have to make games. It's
The
just
Wii's a
is the
fucking
Wii-
life
is the Wii-
support
is the
right
Wii
now.
still-
It's
is
the
the
It's way
Wii
in the
so
past,
sad.
right?
Are we
It's
still in
Wii's a
the
fucking life
hospital and
support right now.
rehabilitation I can't speak. It's just rehabilitation centers.
Are
And
you having
stuff.
a stroke?
It's just like, no, like I've heard like stories of like, Nintendo Wii's just being like in hospitals or rehabilitation centers
they're
and
cheap
stuff.
to get. They're everywhere.
That's the only reason why they still do it.
Cheap,
It's so
they're cheap
sad
to get, and they get Just Dance to like help them use that. It's just like, well, then yeah, Ubisoft and Nintendo's are on pretty good terms, then, aren't they?
It's
Yeah.
so sad how for the past like 3 generations, every single console has either ended with Just Dance or like a FIFA game.
Yeah, the
Is
last
true?
PS2 game was FIFA
Legendary.
13.
Those are that's legendary status when you can just like achieve that much.
Mm.
FIFA
Oh,
13
no.
was the last PS2 game.
Is that everything for Ubisoft?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, guys. Next, Sony PlayStation. Wait a minute.
I feel like we talked about.
Why
Ubisoft
wasn't
for
Sony
so
at
long.
E3?
They
'Cause
just
they
didn't want to be
suck.
there. Oh no.
'Cause who the
They did-
fuck
no,
cares
no,
about
no.
Sony?
No,
I
they,
do.
No, no,
I
they
do
didn't know. They
too.
didn't want to
Do
go to
you?
No, no.
Yes,
they didn't wanna
I
go
do.
to-
Do you
Freeze.
really?
Well,
I
Freeze.
had a
Freeze.
PS4, bitch.
Fellas.
Freeze.
They
I
don't
thought
wanna
you,
go to-
I thought you were gonna be like, do you have the time?
Do you have the time though for Sony
to listen to me whine?
to listen to Sony whine?
No, but like
I-
compared
I
to-
I won't
Sony's
talk
press
about The Last of
conferences-
Us 2.
Sony has actually won E3s for me some years.
They
So.
tried Nintendo directing. They tried to do, like the state
Yeah,
of
like
play.
last year they
Someone
had
just, like,
that
broke
with
glass.
Banjo.
That was
Speaking
their
of
direct.
Banjo, let's talk about Nintendo.
All right.
Wayne was saying something.
Mario.
Yoshi.
All right, so how did
It's
Nintendo
forever.
start again?
They started with.
They started with the Dragon Quest fighter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which is-
which
Like I have never played a Dragon Quest game. But
Okay, let's just say
at
this is just
first,
our
I
side.
was because I didn't see the trailer because the trailer was like fucking lagging for me, so I didn't get to see it until like after.
Everybody that
um,
watched it in our call, we were anticipating several different things.
what were you anticipating?
One of them was Banjo,
Well, yeah.
which wasn't just him being in Smash; it was also a new
The
game.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Second-
actually, there was good news
Yes.
about that. The game.
Well, the second thing was Animal Crossing, which felt like a no-brainer anyway.
Mm.
And then I guess Pikmin, kinda.
Pikmin. All right.
That was more me, but
Okay.
that was
um,
me too.
and then we also kind of expected something completely new, and we also expected Luigi's Mansion, which was another no-brainer.
Yeah. No brainer. Like.
So
All right.
they opened with Eldrick, which
Yeah.
was to
It's
us
like it's for
just
for
like
Japan. It's like a big character. They've really wanted this for a long
yeah.
time.
I personally I felt if what was gonna be revealed at this E3, it was either gonna be Eldrick or Banjo.
But
I did not
that's
expect both. But yeah, and then the whole hero thing kind of confused me.
Okay, at first, cause you guys were explaining it weirdly to me, cause I wasn't able to see it.
They're just skins of
So,
each other. They're
you
just
were-
skins.
They're
you were
skins of each
explaining
other.
it
we
very
did. We at
weirdly.
first we thought that they were all gonna be separate fighters.
No, what the fuck?
No, no.
Yeah, this is Flutter fucking
No,
They're,
roster.
they're,
with
they're just
skins.
they're just the different
You said-
generational hero skins,
you
similar to like
said-
Simon and
You
Richter.
said when they were showing the other characters that they each had their own like, what's like.
No, they're all the same characters.
And I was
they
like,
just
I
have
was like,
all...
no, they didn't.
Well, because what? You're flipping this.
No, how are they
You're
flipping
totally
it if I
flipping
wasn't
this. We all
watching
thought
it?
the same thing.
No, I wasn't even watching it.
We all thought they were different fighters.
all different fighters.
No, I only thought that because you guys said that.
Well, I don't fucking know. It didn't look the same to me.
You,
Whatever.
Jack, or you was like, oh my god, they're all different characters, and I was like, are they actually? And they're
Well,
like,
first of all, I thought it was only 2. I didn't even notice like how many there were.
there were 4.
4.
Yeah, fucking in my brain, I only saw the first one and Eldrick, and I was like, oh, is it gonna be? Well, this is why I thought this. I thought it was just those 2, and I thought, well, is Eldrick gonna be the main fighter, and then this first one is an Echo, and then you said they wouldn't do Echoes for DLC.
Yeah, I did. I did say that.
Which is why I thought, oh, well then they're probably the same
Because
thing.
Sakurai already said that he wasn't doing those for DLC.
Yeah. Well, no,
Uh,
that's what made me think that they were all different fighters. Because I didn't know that. I don't know. It was weird.
I could
But
care
then,
less
but
about
then
Dragon
I
Quest,
think I
but
did put 2 together that it was called Hero, and then there were other skins.
Hero.
Like, okay, so yeah, the reason why
So
the
just
character's
so-
name is Hero, but they're all
just for
different
me, it's
skins.
all called Hero, and then they're all
Yeah.
different. Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
That-
I
that-
don't
that,
like
you know.
That's stupid.
So
Anyway.
basically, it's like if this may
I
be a
get it
stupid
now.
example, but let's just say they add Cloud to the game, but they made the character Final Fantasy, and then they add like the main character from Final Fantasy 8, and then 9, and then 10.
They should do that. That'd be super cool.
That'd be super cool. I would like that a
Final
lot.
Fantasy.
Final
Do
Fantasy.
you remember we were playing Smash Bros. With the Wii U, and when I beat you as Cloud, just said FF, and we just both said at the same time FF.
Yeah, because his icon is just FF.
F.
And when you won, I said FF.
And then the sequel was when me winning as Dark Pit, and Dark Pit said, "Looks like I'm the last man standing." I just went, Fortnite. And you guys didn't hear that, so you guys just thought I went, like, it was silent for like 20
You just
seconds.
said
I just went, Fortnite.
What was it? Did they just go to Luigi's Mansion after?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
And
It was
that-
Luigi.
that
It was
looks-
That
Luigi's
looks good.
Mansion.
I like
That
it.
looks really good. I actually,
Yes, yes.
Actually-
They improved it since
At
the last
first-
You
time they
fucking
showed it
suplex
off.
the ghost. You
at
can do that now.
first I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, whatever. It's,
I still don't.
and then,
They're bringing back Portrait
but
Ghost though.
then,
Yeah.
I actually rewatched it, and they actually saw some of the game because it showed a Treehouse Live, and it looks really, really, really good. Like the whole opening scene, how it's all colorful and shit, and then like obviously
Yeah,
it gets
it just
darker.
goes all
That's so
dark.
cool.
Like it's got like the personality of like Dark Moon, which like Luigi was like a lot more like how do I say, like he was like a lot more, like he had like a lot more personality. Like he was like a lot more stretched, a lot more like
Yeah.
Luigi.
You could
This
call
game-
it a
this
Dark
game,
Moon too.
Gameplay wise, is definitely more similar to the first one, which I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
that
got
is
it's
true.
again it's got the personality of the second one, but the gameplay of the first one, which is a good
The second
good
one,
Yeah,
I
it
Good
really
sounds
mix.
like.
Good mix. It's good mix.
Dark Moon I didn't really like.
I
Dark
didn't
Moon
like
I
that.
haven't played, but like I know like Luigi in there, like he's like a lot more. Wow, Luigi.
I don't really care for either one.
You like wow.
Luigi's
Mansion
Mansion,
was good.
Luigi's
I like
Mansion,
Luigi's Mansion
like
one of
the
the best.
first Luigi's Mansion was like one of the first games I've ever played.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I thought, like when I was younger, I was like genuinely terrified of Luigi's Mansion.
they're so
I,
scary.
I didn't grow up with
There's
the
just,
game,
like,
but
there's
whenever I
this
saw
one
it in a
ghost and, like-
blockbuster or something, I always got afraid of it too.
And
There
then,
was because like there was just one ghost. It was like red or something. And, like it would like latch onto you and suck off your health. And like I was like genuinely terrified of that because it would come out of nowhere.
and then they showed a couple other things. Like
Link's
then-
Awakening.
Yeah, Link's
Yeah.
Awakening, which
Which
really
looks so
cool.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't even like Zelda.
Yeah, that
I know,
looks
I know
really
Link's
good.
Awakening is like one
And I
of the best
still-
ones too.
And they had like a
Love-
Zelda Maker thing. We can make
Yeah,
it
they
like
have
Like,
a
it's,
weird
it's,
little-
it's like based off the color dungeon. They said like you have to like make your own dungeon, then you get to go through it.
Yeah,
get
Yeah, and that's interesting.
I like that.
I'm not sure how that fully works, but like
They had like
So
two
cool.
clay games in a row. It was that and something else.
It was the fucking, what's it called?
they have amiibo for the game too now.
No,
like have you
it
seen
was-
them?
Yeah, they look so cute.
It was
Yeah,
the,
they're just like they're like little toys.
It was
like
the
actually.
one game that Netflix was making.
Yeah, that confused me.
What the
Yeah,
fuck? No, it was.
Crystal.
It's,
game? A Netflix game? What is
Well, they okay.
Crystal,
They,
Crystal something. Like,
right after Link's Awakening, it was just the Netflix logo, and then a game with the Netflix
it was
logo
Dark
as the
Crystal. It
watermark.
was Dark Crystal.
Yeah, it was Jim Henson's
But
fucking
it was
Dark
Jim
Crystal.
Henson's Dark Crystal, like the
Like
movie.
the whole trailer, it was like claymation figures and puppets. It looked cool.
Yeah. Like
I
the
don't think the
movie Dark
game will be like
Crystal,
that.
They made a game, and it was clay
Yeah.
as well. I was like,
was-
oh. So after that, they just showed a little bit of like
couple of
After
little
that,
bit-
it was just a really boring
it was
showcase
just a
of
boring section basically.
just
I'm trying to
animation.
think,
The
they
first, like
showed,
for me, like the
Resident-
first
they
40
revealed
minutes were
Resident-
like
They
there.
revealed Resident Evil 5 and 6.
Yeah,
For the
and
Switch,
just some more footage of the one remake.
and more footage of 1.
Yeah,
Um,
and then
it
they
looks-
had that one game from the last direct that no one cared about.
oh,
Which-
Damien
what's
X
that?
Machina.
Yeah,
Fuck that shit. That game, literally the frame rate
Get
was
it?
bad in the fucking
that's-
trailer.
I don't even.
I don't know how that's possible.
I actually have a list of games that I wrote down throughout like all the press conferences that I wanted to probably consider buying at some
We'll
point.
do
in
it. We'll
time.
do that at the end.
Yeah, sure.
We'll
Um,
share.
All right.
And then, fucking
I think
No More Heroes 3. Which
Travis-
a lot
Travis
of people,
Touchdown,
a lot
yeah.
of people like that. I was surprised. A lot of people were excited for
I've
that.
never played those.
Um,
me neither. I know, but I know they're also like. they
I
have,
know.
Like, cult
Wait,
following.
which ones? I'm sorry.
No more
No More
heroes.
Heroes.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't played the first two because they were on the Wii, but not many serious titles for the Wii I ended up getting because I was a younger person. But
I know they have a following. That's it.
well, the thing is that like if they like, there's been talks of like trying to get the first two games onto Switch, and if that's the case, sign me the hell up. Like that's gonna be like Bayonetta, like where they put the first two and then they have a third one most likely,
Oh, I still need to play Bayonetta. That just reminded me.
I know that's good too. I have a bunch of shit I gotta go through.
I especially heard the second one is like a lot of fun.
Is all of Bayonetta on the Switch now?
Believe so, yeah.
Yeah, right. I'll
So,
check that then.
I gotta check.
Look into that,
Yeah,
I'll go through a bunch.
I've been meaning to. Did the second one like just come out on the Switch?
No,
I think it's been here on the Switch for a long time.
It's been on the Switch for a while actually.
I don't
Because-
fucking know where I've been.
I
I was like,
it's okay.
a few months ago, I was like, dude, I can't wait for them to release the second one on the Switch.
Oh,
The whole time it was already there.
yeah, I mean it's a collection too. I'm pretty sure that's bundled with the first game.
Dude, when are they gonna release Smash on the Switch, dude?
Yeah, dude. When's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe coming to the Switch?
And then
Dude,
Um,
where's my 1-2 Switch?
When's the
Arms,
Switch?
yes please.
and then I'm trying to think. Anything before?
It was Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah.
Animal
and then-
Crossing! I'm
and
gonna get
then-
that, definitely.
and
That will be my
then-
first Animal Crossing game, holy
No, I'm
shit.
trying to think of
You
any
will?
ones that were before Animal
Yeah, I've
Crossing.
never played an actual Animal Crossing game.
What did you
Oh,
guys
yeah, no,
think
there
of
was one before Animal
Empire of
Crossing.
Sin? Actually, that gangster noir looking
Oh,
game.
that one
I
was
was-
cool.
That one looked really cool to
I
me
didn't care.
because like I'm into that whole aesthetic personally.
I
I
don't know.
like the noir.
I literally said after, I'm like, that's the most. I literally said, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen after the trailer was over.
I just kind of spaced
What?
out during that period.
Because I was like,
I like-
I was just kind of
all
angry.
all I
honestly.
remember was they set fire to a piano and it zoomed out, and I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, we kept saying fire.
One thing to note during the fucking Nintendo E3, like after the Dragon Quest Heroes were announced, everyone was getting angry like, oh, Nintendo lost. But like when Banjo came
It's
out, like
not
everyone was like,
over.
oh, Nintendo won.
Yeah, that's kind of
Um,
this like the
so
upsetting
then-
part about Nintendo's fan base is
So
that
then-
one
You
specific.
have to show off a
thing
Smash
every-
thing, or else you have to show off something big or Smash
They're-
related, or else.
They're very specific people, you know.
And then,
Yeah,
and
and
then,
That's kind of annoying because we were
It's
honestly
kinda
right
sad.
there with them.
Yeah,
We
I'll admit, like I was there too. Like
We kind of were before Animal Crossing. We were literally like, "This is the most disappointing thing in the
Yeah.
history of fucking."
No, well, I think they knew what they were kind of doing. They were just like, okay, well, like
well,
let's
the
serve like a
last
1, 2, 3
three
punch
things,
towards the very
last
end.
three things were big things.
Very,
Yeah.
yes.
The last
the last
three.
Go.
like I know Banjo and Breath of the Wild, but what was the first one?
It was Animal Crossing,
Animal
like we said
Crossing.
before.
Oh, yeah.
But like Animal Crossing is one of those things where I'm personally not into the series or anything, but it's one of those
Fuck,
series
it's on my
where
birthday. Fuck.
well,
yeah.
it's one of those. It's one of those series where like I always assumed that it like built up like a cult following over the past like how many years now. But like it's one of those things where like I kind of learned that it was one of the it was a series that like it got a lot of traction because of New Leaf. So like now
Well-
everybody's just like, yeah, let's get on like Animal Crossing kind of bandwagon. And this has been in like a development hell for a bit, I guess. And like everybody's just like, please show it off, please show it off. And now we got a release date, and it's like, all right, cool.
Beautiful.
I don't know if it was New Leaf. Well,
It-
No,
yeah,
it was-
I
it
guess
was
you're
New
kind
Leaf.
of
It
right.
was New
No,
Leaf.
Yes, it was the 3DS
even if it
one
was
because it had
even if it
Isabelle
wasn't
in
New
it.
Leaf, like New Leaf
That's
brought
true.
a lot of shit
I
to
was-
it.
I was gonna say, I saw it as more of like no one really cared about the GameCube one, but once Wild World came out, everyone was into it.
Eh,
And City Folk
I
helped
think,
That's
I
with
think
when-
being
when-
readily available
that's when
on
I
the
got
3DS
into
gave a
it,
lot more
was Wild
traction.
World.
Yeah, that's just really what it was for me.
Well,
Wild World was
GameCube is
good.
like the cult favorite one now because that's
Yeah.
the
If
that's
any
the
of
one
them
where
are,
it's
like-
just like, oh,
If
start
anyone,
here,
City
basically.
Folk was my favorite.
If any of them have cult status, it's the GameCube one for sure. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
most overlooked one. I'd say Wild.
Surprisingly enough,
I'd say
because
City
like
Folk is my
there's
favorite,
people,
even
there are
though it's-
people play it. But New Leaf is the one that got the traction. I would think so.
I mean,
Yeah, you-
I think it makes more sense. Like even like because like it's a 3DS, so like a lot of people had it, and, it was
and
readily
now
available.
there's a big audience now for Animal
I
Crossing.
love.
Oh yeah, Smash brought
Pokemon.
fucking big traction to it too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If it shows up in
Yeah,
Smash, you just
with the
instantly
villager
have like a
and
fucking.
Isabel.
Okay, I just want to say
Go
I
ahead.
don't really have much to say about Animal Crossing because there's not much to say about Animal Crossing in general, but
Yeah.
Really
I
isn't.
love that the whole setting is just a tent near a pond
It's on it like it's like
it's
on an
not
island.
just a
on an
tent.
island.
It's
It would-
probably the most
because in
relaxing
New Leaf you
game
started
that
I
to-
know
gonna
that's
be.
great.
all I've. That's like everything I love.
No,
just right
because
there. He can
in
fish
in New Leaf
It was like
started
it was
you
like
off
survival.
in a tent, but you can build a house on
like
it
this one.
eventually.
Still though, that's so cool. I
Well,
love
like this
that.
one, like this one had like a lot. This one looked a lot more like survival-y because you're literally on a fucking island and you
It's
have
like
to build up from
Minecraft.
there.
You like craft shit too.
Cool.
And you can play with friends too, up to 8 people.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I don't know. I'm excited. I was kind of mad
We're
about
gonna
the
burn
release
down a
date.
friend's village, dude.
The release date.
Yeah.
But the thing is
It
with the
kinda
release
pissed me
date, I
off.
saw a really good tweet about this. I don't know who it was. The release date is kind of like, I don't know, because like
On
Dude,
my fucking
it's
birthday,
it was
son
only
of a bitch.
delayed. It was only delayed by like 3 months realistically, because people, the Animal Crossing fans are acting like it was coming out tomorrow, and they're like, oh my god. They're like, we have to wait
can
another
wait.
whatever months, but they literally realistically
it was
only
At least
have
it's
to wait,
confirmed.
only have to wait
At least
another
it's
3.
confirmed.
And we have
I
another
didn't know
3,
it was
maybe
gonna
2.
be 20. But I guess I should have expected that because I know a while back, Animal Crossing was removed from their 2019 game schedule
Yeah.
on their
But I mean-
website.
But I mean, that means like they're taking time on it, which is good. But it'll come out better.
I know.
It's
I'm
only-
glad
it's only a
Nintendo
2-month
delays
it's
all
only
the
a
games I
2-month
care about.
delay.
But I mean, you could do a lot in 2 months.
Yeah, I know, Wayne. I'm just
Um,
addressing my complaint.
And then
I mean,
and
like
then-
it's fair to
and
get
then
mad,
the
but
big
still.
thing came for
The,
Smash
the fact
Bros.
that Metroid also got this treatment just makes me a little bit.
Metroid wasn't even mentioned, was it?
No!
They're not
Oh,
mentioning
And
good
neither
those.
was
Side.
Pikmin. Where's Pikmin 4? They said it was done.
That game is not
Pikmin
coming
4
out.
Adventure got thrown aside.
It's like the new Mario
Fine.
3. That game's never coming out.
Oh my god. If it is the new Mother 3.
Not happening. The fans gotta recreate
That game's
Pikmin
never
4.
coming out.
Exactly like the new Mother 3. Because they said, oh, Earthbound 64, it's coming soon.
They literally said that. They literally said Pikmin 4 is done. But like,
They
it's just,
literally said all they
where
had to
is
do was
it?
translate it.
where is it?
What if they just don't?
Because the thing,
It's
well, they
stupid.
said that when the Switch wasn't even out.
They say when
Which
the
makes
Wii
me to
U was out.
Maybe they were just trying to do it for the Wii U real
Maybe they're
quickly.
making it better. I don't know. It's still a bit. It's I don't know.
They could just
No, the
like,
fact that they
easily
have
make it to the
make-
Switch. Though, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It would have happened.
They definitely would have announced it by now.
Well, you remember how when they were re-releasing Pikmin 1 and 2 for the Wii, and it took them literally like 3 years to do Pikmin 2 just because they were translating it?
hmm Can we talk about Banjo
So-
real quick before we have to end this?
Banjo. Oh fucking boy.
Man, this fucking
Well,
entire podcast.
Banjo and Breath of the Wild sequel, even though there's not
Yeah,
much
but
to.
see, Banjo though, like
Banjo,
Breath of the Wild was
so,
still really good,
I'm
but
gonna
then
keep
Breath
this
of the
brief
Wild
about
made me
Banjo
fuck.
because I have school tomorrow. So,
No, it's okay. Okay.
But-
Breath of the Wild was good, but then Banjo made me shit my pants. I was screaming. I was like
Banjo,
fucking losing it.
me,
I have
Oh,
an audio
yeah.
file.
me, Freeze, and Jack were all on a call, and
Dude, I was fucking crying tears of
Uh,
joy.
at first, when they were showing the TV thing again, I thought that I literally had like a fucking, like, a vertigo. I guess
We
is
were
the
already
word.
screaming we were screaming by the first frame.
I was confused.
As soon as
So,
the TV thing came up, we were like, "What?"
we were so confused. I
Because we
was
thought
like,
Smash was done for that day. Like we said, we thought it was
Yeah.
only one or the other, not
and
two.
then, and
I thought it would be
then-
like another big villain or something, but then
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, and then the Donkey Kong characters were there.
I
And-
I thought it would be like Funky Kong or something, like a
Yeah,
like a new
knowing
Kong,
what
but then
happened
like
now it
Yeah,
makes
we
complete
said 'cause
sense.
we
completely
we
we completely
missed
missed
the Jiggy
puzzle.
thing. We
Yeah.
because like I thought like I was like, oh, there's another Donkey Kong
We
represented,
thought it
then I
was
see the little
King
Jiggy like
Cable's-
just bouncing on the screen.
we thought it was King
Yeah, we
Cable's
totally
crown.
missed that.
We didn't even.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
We-
what. Like
we didn't
we
notice.
completely
like
missed
like
it.
everyone was confused, and then I saw the Jiggy just like jump across the ice.
And then they showed.
We said the same thing. We were like, "Is this Funky Kong or something?"
And then they showed
then-
the silhouette, and
they
I
showed
said
the bird
that's
trap.
Kazooie. It's fucking Banjo.
I saw the puzzle piece. Like that was like a dead giveaway for
I
me.
didn't see it.
No, we didn't notice
We
it.
didn't notice it because we thought
Oh
because
yeah, I
there was
know.
so
I
much
saw
going
it.
on.
I saw it
We were
first.
like, because we were all like, what's going on? And then we were like,
We were so
freaking
in
out
shock that something else was even happening.
that we didn't even notice
And
at
I,
the beginning
yeah,
of
I
the
was
part.
like watching the gameplay, like I was like actually crying and screaming. I
saw the
just sent the
silhouette.
audio file. Like,
We
to
saw
it
the
real quick.
silhouette and we flipped
We
our
saw the
shit.
silhouette, and once we saw the Duck Hunt dog, we were all crying and shivering.
We were like, this is it.
We
Like,
all
Duck
knew
Hunt
what was
dog
happening.
Wow.
we were like,
We
oh,
were
Like,
literally.
I just
We were doing that,
I
and
was
our entire bodies were shaking.
I
And
just when
Thomas
I
was just
saw
like
the
running
thing,
around
and
his
I
house
was
like a monkey.
who?
You.
Me? Yeah, it was. I got home. I
And
walked.
then
I got
yeah,
home
we
from
saw
school
it,
and I
and
was.
we were just like screaming our
because
heads
I
off.
started off the thing in a field.
it looks so fun to play.
I started like
Yeah,
the
Thomas
E3,
skipped school to see it.
and I was in like the
So, he
school
was-
field,
outside.
and then I like walked home, and then I walked home,
I forgot.
and as I walked, and then I was walking home, and I came inside, and I was like, and then that was like right around the time when Banjo was revealed, and I literally was running around my house like a madman, and then my mom, and like not even like 20 seconds later after I did it, my mom walked in, and she's like, I saw you running around the house like a maniac. What's going on?
You were like, I gotta close my windows or someone's gonna call the cops.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Um,
it's fucking beautiful.
All I have to say is, there's no other character I want in Smash Bros. That was it. That was the
Yeah,
one
Banjo's
that
always
was the
been my number
last
one
character
for
that
my
I
entire
wanted.
life.
That was the
Everything
last-
else is just icing on the cake, you know.
Okay,
I can't
like,
think of
at this
anybody
point,
else.
yeah, like what fucking
There's
Sam,
no other character I feel strongly about.
This is the best
Like,
fighting
what,
game
like,
of all time.
what Sam tweeted earlier, like, he said,
fucking
like-
contest.
like after Banjo, like if they, like Nintendo could introduce a pile of shit, like literal shit, to Smash Bros. I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
They could really just do Steve from Minecraft.
They
and
can do anything they want. I wouldn't even be mad. Sora, I don't give a shit. Come here.
Yeah,
I don't even.
do whatever. I don't
won't-
care.
I
Do
wouldn't
whatever.
even be mad
Change
at
the
this
leaves.
point. Whatever they.
Fucking add Goku to the game. I don't give a fuck. Come on.
I've never wanted a character more than that. Like, it's strange to realize that all my hopes just kind of came true, and I'm.
Like, I'm
It's-
happy
It's
with
it's
Smash.
not even
Bros.
like clicked for me yet.
There's literally
honestly.
nothing I want. This is like
As-
the perfect game.
As said multiple times on Twitter, you are now living in the best timeline in a year.
Yeah.
And Sakurai's basically like, "You're welcome."
We're living in the universe where Banjo Kazooie is back and in Smash Bros.
We're living in the
He
universe.
doesn't.
where-
He didn't even need to show up in this like direct Sakurai. Like he's just like his presence looms over this.
Yeah, and his tweet was literally like, you waited, and he's here. That's it.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Like
Here
there's
he
like
is.
this is literally the perfect fucking Smash Bros. Game. Like there's no reason to go back to like any of them now.
Well,
Yeah, fuck that. Anyone who says Melee is better is a loser.
Yeah.
Fucking imagine Buy Choice wanting to go back to Smash Bros. Like,
for
can't want to play Smash
controversial
Bros.
freeze.
Oh yeah, I'll take the shit. I don't care.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Never
my ass,
mind
Melee.
Smash for Wii U and 3DS. The Wii U is just kaput now. Like
Oh,
especially
there
is
with
no
Mario
reason to go back to
Maker-
the Wii U.
Mario
There
Maker
is-
2 coming out is
The only
gonna
reason
just
to go back to the Wii U was because of Smash, and
demolish
that's like
that
relevant.
shit.
No,
I
there's
was
no,
saying
like,
earlier, like
Oh, the
Smash
Word
4
Blast
was
set.
already like the most, like the least unique Smash game ever.
There is
anyway.
no reason by
Yeah.
choice you should go back to Smash 4.
Like you can
Not
go
even
back
for
to Smash
nostalgia.
64.
Yeah.
You can go
Like,
back
so-
to Melee, but
Like Smash 64, I get it's like the first one. Like,
You
oh,
can
that's
even
where
go
it's
back
at.
to
yeah, and I
Brawl.
still really love.
I
Melee,
see-
Melee, I less like Melee, I get, but like you should never say Melee is better than Ultimate. Like,
Melee
I
and
get, like,
64 and even Brawl are just kind of nostalgia pieces at this point.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
then,
yeah.
But the four
It's
is like four is like, oh right.
They're
you-
all
you-
great games, but like, why
Original-
would you play any of them?
Here's the
Like,
thing.
why would you play it
revisits.
and like think they're better than Ultimate?
Yeah.
Ultimate, literally the
Original-
Ultimate Smash.
Yeah.
Original trilogy of games can be nostalgic for anybody, and I get that. Smash 4 is an appetizer for what the fuck came next.
Yeah,
like,
really.
Seriously.
That was the fucking. It's like the glass of water to your fucking gourmet meal.
It's
I love
like-
how
no,
people
it's
still
like the
say
Like
glass
the
of
garlic
water.
bread that you're fucking
It's
making.
just like you're in a
Fucking
restaurant,
breadstick.
and it's like the scene from Jurassic Park where it's just like boom,
Do you guys
Yeah.
remember when people said this game was a port?
boom.
Smash 4 pours in the glass of water. It's like
and it's just like a Tyrannosaurus Rex shows up, and then
giant banjo.
and then Godzilla devours it, and then
Didn't Avery say that Smash Ultimate was a port
Mm-hmm.
because Crash Bandicoot wasn't in it?
We're gonna end it on. We're gonna end it on that.
No, we're not ending yet.
We're gonna end it on that. 'cause I
No,
have to
don't end
go
yet.
to
We still got one part to
sleep.
do.
Point,
No, stop. We got one more part.
Why?
point is Smash 4 Tyrannosaurus
We
Rex.
said
This is
we
not
were gonna do a
made
section
itself.
on what games we're gonna buy.
Okay,
Just
fucking.
real quick.
What? I already said what we
What do
already
you
said
mean,
which
what?
games we were gonna buy.
No, we didn't. All right, Ian, go. Say your list.
Oh, okay, my list. Let me pull it up again then.
Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it
Oh,
up.
God.
Pull it up.
You have
I
10
thought
Thompson's
Okay.
gonna
seconds.
kill us because he goes to bed at
That's
6
just-
p.m.
Because I have
That's
school
just-
tomorrow, you fucking
Lego
idiot.
My Friend Pedro, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Battletoads is a maybe, Daemon X Machina, Astral Chain, Empire of Sin, Doom Eternal, Alien Isolation, whatever the fuck comes to Smash Brothers, and certainly I'm going to get the Breath of the Wild sequel.
SpongeBob.
Okay, my turn.
Whenever that comes.
My turn.
Go ahead.
Battle for Bikini Bottom. Psychonauts 2. It's not really E3. It's just gonna come out soon. But Crash Team Racing. Whatever happens for Smash Bros. Link's Awakening. Animal Crossing. And I think that's it.
My list is like,
Wayne basically already said his.
yeah, I've said it
Really?
multiple times throughout the fucking thing.
All right.
I'll just rerun Pedro, Star Wars, Empire of Sin, Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh wait.
Definitely picking that. I want to pick that up. Psychonauts 2. I want to try that too.
Please.
Animal Crossing and
I have to go to bed.
Animal
It's
Crossing and like some other shit. I don't know.
4. All right, wait. I have one more to add, and that's
What?
the Spyro collection because that was announced that it's coming
Okay.
to the Switch.
Okay, fucking Battle
all.
for Bikini Bottom.
I don't know about
That's
you
the only
guys, but
game
I'm gonna
want.
get Simpsons Tapped Out Royale on
Battle
my
Royale.
mobile device.
Avery,
What?
Alright.
what games are you gonna get
For what?
for to announce at E3? What do you mean for what?
Oh, okay. I was
What games
listening.
do you get from E3?
Okay, I'm gonna get.